G'day, Joel Rasmussen from Fight News Australia here, backstage at Demolition 12, talking to the winner of the main event and still undefeated in mixed martial arts professional competition, Mr. Val Sharipov. Val, thank you for talking to me today. How are you feeling after that performance?
Thank you, my pleasure. Decent, I feel alright. A little bit disappointed that the first punch connected, sort of buzzed me off, but otherwise, yeah, decent. Feeling okay. Feeling okay.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you're feeling okay. Talking about that, as you say, it kind of buzzes you a little bit. You're kind of, whoa, for a second there. How did you kind of stay calm in there when you kind of go through something like that right to start off the fight?
I'd probably say the reason why I stay calm is because it did happen to me before. I had that experience when I get hit and then I'm sort of flying around trying to focus, find myself through. But yeah, stuff like that happens where you just get into the cage, and I was sort of preparing myself for that as well before entering the cage, like mentally getting there before the fight. But it just happens the way it does.
So Darcy went in there, he had quite an explosive start. He's kind of known for being a kind of wild guy out there. How do you kind of prepare for someone who is a little bit unorthodox? How do you expect the unexpected?
I was ready for him to explode. I had a couple of setups ready for him. Didn't really get to show it this fight because after the punch I felt like I got to grab him and hold him for a little bit because I was sort of buzzed out. But if the fight would have continued to second round and third round, I would have been 100% there using the techniques that I prepared for, and I would have stopped his push or would have got away from it.
You are obviously someone who, a well-rounded fighter, but a very, you've got a good grappling background, good grappling acumen. Were you expecting him to kind of come out and lead some grappling exchanges?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, for me, I got a solution to every scenario, whether he explodes on me, whether he backs off or tries to measure the distance. I have every single answer to any equation. So yeah, I was pretty much ready for everything. But obviously what happened. So that's why it feels a little bit, not disappointed, but not 100%.
Even though you kind of talk about, feeling disappointed out there, obviously you want to go out there and have a fantastic performance. Ideally, you don't get touched, But knowing that there is, like, you can look at things and go, well, I can improve on this. Like, there is a literal visual of it. Is that almost motivating in a way that you can go, look, I know what I can work on?
Oh, that's right, 100%. There's so much more I need to learn and improve on. It's a never-ending learning curve. You just learn and keep evolving and getting better. I have a long way to go. And each fight helps me with that.
So if I'm not mistaken, it's nearly a year to the day that the last time you were in the cage. How was that kind of time away for you?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, it has been pretty much maybe a week over a whole year off. That's what I want to improve on as well. I want to fight more consistently. I was ready about 3 months, 4 months after the last fight. We just couldn't really match myself up. So I decided to get more weight up. So that's why it took us so long to get a matchup. But again, really want to be more consistent with that.
Once you get in there after a year out, how was the feeling once you got into the cage after a year out?
Well, it's not so much about the time off. It's about that it's my first time being in a main event. It's a long wait. I'll tell you that for sure. I'm usually, in the middle of the card, maybe third, fourth last. Waiting right to the end is definitely a good experience for me, yeah. But otherwise, yeah, pretty much the same. I like it.
Does that feel any different being the main event? Did it feel like pressure, or how was it? Like, what did it feel like to be the main event?
Definitely more pressure. But nevertheless, just not gonna lie, just another day. It should be another day. Yeah, another day on the job. Just doing the same thing over and over, getting better, improving yourself. But yeah, definitely different.
Well, you go out there, you have a year off, a year out of the cage. We won't say off because I know you've been training. You have a year out of the cage. You go out there, you get a first round submission, and you say, you're looking to be more active. As we are at the end of 2023, what does next year look like for you? Do you picture?
I'm gonna compete as much as I can. I'll try not to miss first punches and get dropped like I did today. That's gonna be my goal. But otherwise, I'm just gonna keep on training, keep on competing. I didn't stop training. I didn't stop at all in the last year training. I kept on going, and that's my plan, to keep on going, getting more wins, getting better league, and eventually getting internationally famous.
Val, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on the win, and thank you so much for talking to me today.
Thanks so much.